coming live from HBO. Not HBO, but this is an adaptation from Telltales called Game of Thrones. No subtitles, just Game of Thrones. And we're gonna play episode 1 of this because the other episodes require you to buy a season pass. And assuming they have a couple of monies for the other episodes, I wouldn't be surprised. So pretty much this is my first time playing this. I played all the Telltale games titles from before, and this is the first time since I played Telltales. But this game dates back to 2014 and 2013, when the Games of Thrones actually became relevant. I may not know about this so far, but for now I can only play as episode 1. So we did purchase on the Game of Thrones. It says that we started episode 1. So we did purchase it, but we didn't really get it. So I can tell you from a fans, we might have to get it. So we pretty much will start with episode 1. Now, as you might know, I'm about to get the season pass free while being a Paces Plus member. So I guess when you get it for free, you could get all the 5 seats. There's 6 episodes compared to 5 as the Batman the Telltale series. But we are pretty much playing episode 2. Now, if you never played a Telltale game before, it's pretty much your point-and-click adventure. I'm sorry, make your own choices adventure game. It's not really a point-and-click adventure. It's more of a choose your actions strategy. And trust me, if you understand where I'm coming from, it should be common to even say that. So we are going to play episode 1. And after this, we pretty much I don't know, Die of the West. I saw you more because I might as well start the gameplay. I don't really want to play the same episode, so we might as well. Trust me, I want to make this game. I wish make this channel my life. I make this channel more relevant. We're all playing the same exact game. And I can tell you, I never out the character models as we speak. Trust me. With Telltale games, you can't really predict about the cells and the graphics. Ugh. Oh yeah. The Norders will never forget. Tyrion Lannister. I am the shot in the darkness. I am the watcher of the wall. Jon Snow. Who made this is beyond me. Dracarys. It's not even a quote. It's just one word with an exclamation point. The English the card man. Do the what? Do the dead. Do the dead funny you? That's not even grammatically correct. That's not even grammatically correct. Oh, so there's no actual name of the person who says this quote, so it's just a where's the whole point of putting quotation marks? You don't even put the name at the bottom of the quote. What is you don't put a sentence and put quotation marks and don't have the name at the bottom. I pass EAI crashes and you can't even do a basic thing. Oh. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Cersei Lannister. They can live in my new world or die in an old one. Is it? Did she say this? Oh, please tell me. Did she say this? Oh. It still baffles me that they didn't even put a name under the quotation marks. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me this game is from 2014. I doubt it. I actually doubt it. I don't know who this guy is, but begin episode 1. Hopefully. Oh boy. Do the death. You don't put do. That's not grammatically correct. That's not even grammatically correct. It is considered Ebonics. For several years, Howard Thatcher has been loyal battleman to Hofstock. In the darkest reaches of the Wolfwood, they have to wear honorable streets. Not enough has been ripped apart by war, and rival horses seek to claim foster interval for themselves, and the feather hearts first their hands in the balance. Jesus Christ, there's so long to read, and they don't even give you some time to read. Jesus! What? Okay. We don't start with our context. Today's a big debate.
The great Jamie Lannister, Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
What?
And set free by the women.
Well, where's the subtitles? I'm pretty sure I put the subtitles. Don't tell me. We have to put the subtitles in game. Wow.
You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it. Old Forrester's sword won't clean itself, you know.
Okay. I know how to play Telltale games. You don't need to tell me. I've been this through. What are the achievements for this? I'm kind of curious. What are the achievements? Oh, this is another game you can own a platinum trophy. How I could feel it. So it's not Batman. You could get a platinum trophy. It's Game of Thrones. This game was released in 2014.
I'm sure it's spotless this time. Lord Forrester won't be happy with blood and brains all over it. Go on. It's only blood.
Oh, I was going to clean this, but I can't. My body has been socialized. Oh, let's add an innuendo into this. Now
that is a proper sword.
That's it? We didn't do wrong, right?
You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend. And if we're being honest, you are just a squire.
I will.
Of course, your lordship. After you take your rightful place on the Iron Throne.
I had a hand in it, you know.
A hand in what?
Capturing him.
He was no
Science is always the right option.
He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent. Next, he'll tell us he caught Tyrion too.
So what really happened?
Someone caught him, I suppose. Ask any man here and they'll say it was them.
You captured the king.
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. Hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See, what did I tell you?
Brought him to his knees.
Lord Forrester.
Not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's story.
Yeah,
Every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on.
White thanks.
Good job.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Is he British? I mean, I am from the UK, so.
I'll do it. Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries.
You think?
His honor is beyond.
I don't really see Waldo, so how does that
House
really
Tully
timid?
is forever in his debt.
You don't really see
I've never
Waldo.
seen a field
How's that really
ploughed so
timid?
well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield. That's your cup. Tonight we celebrate.
On what? The animation is so weird to the point where I can't take this seriously. There's no Adam.
Robb Stark, the king in the north.
The king of
Oh, that's so loud. That was a fair
March on
mistake.
Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the young wolf's army and ride as the vanguard.
The gods have favored us. Onward
What?
to Casterly Rock!
There was so.
Death to the Lannisters!
Winter is coming!
Wait till this bloody war's over.
What? The audio has been cut off for no purpose.
I need you to keep an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become.
You think?
Not like this, men find false courage at the bottom of their cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
There's also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now. Something must be done.
With me, my lord.
You've served House Forrester well for several years now. I can't expect you to squire forever.
Yeah.
How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you? You served me well.
To bring honour to House Forrester, my lord.
You have more honor than those who were born to it.
Okay.
There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. Now you've erased those doubts.
The animation does
It
make
would
me
be an
more
honor
worse.
to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Garrett. Your hard work has paid off.
So I'm longer a squire?
As of tomorrow, no.
The game, most of the cast from the Game of Thrones has been.
Come on. Make it up to you. These things are fucking heavy.
Go with me.
Oh, this is where we fight some enemies. Yeah, we have a.
More wine, scrub my armor, clean my boots. Just my luck to end up with Norrin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once.
It's your job to do the work and stop complaining.
You try squiring for Norrin and see how much you like it. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectation. Greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming. But not by much.
Who doesn't love bacon?
Pig farmers.
I don't
All I'm
understand
saying
that.
is, at this rate, we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be squires for life. All in line around a fucking wedding. What a waste of fucking time.
Give it time. You'll get there.
Oh yeah.
Easy for you to say. Maybe if my uncle were castellan at House Forrester, I'd feel different.
Who my uncle is, that's nothing to do with it. How much further?
That's right over there.
Okay, so wait. So they have to get wine from the draw hood.
Take your time. You lot have drunk your share.
What?
Good thing, Lord Walters. Carry it for you, Sir Garrett. What? What's wrong?
Okay, what? I don't really understand, Hossein. It's so weird.
What's gotten into you? You're acting rather odd. You've had too much wine.
We need to get back. Now.
They're fine, they can wait.
No, you don't understand. We need to go.
And take the fucking flagon already.
Oh, what?
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Owen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush. But what about... What the hell was that about? Slow down, would you? What's the rush?
We have to warn the others.
Warn them about what?
There's no time to explain. We need to find Roderick. He's out there by himself.
And then it usually happens. Whoa!
Fuck! We need to get back to camp.
What? I hope the king is actually well. You know, this is pretty much similar to God of War, but if it has the old production file.
Garen, we have to get back.
Give the king!
What is going on?
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one!
What is this? I put. What is this? Is beyond me. What? So. How does it happen? Is beyond me. What? What? Well,
Good fucking riddance.
what is going on?
Garrett, did you find Roderick?
Speak up, Garrett.
The Freys. They slaughtered him, my lord.
Find a weapon, quickly!
You fucking traitor! Go, my lord, while there's still time. Seven hells.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it. They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Oh, this is where the king is about to die.
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time to waste. I'll be damned if I let it fall into the hands of those traitors. You have to go.
You're welcome to the fucking torch.
I won't leave you, my lord.
Can, and you will.
My lord,
By
I-
the gods, you will obey me. Tell your uncle. Tell him the North Grove must never be lost. Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your Uncle Duncan. The future of the house may depend on it.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Hey, it's those Forresters. Go. On your honor, you must do this for your house. Go!
Kill those fucking Forresters!
We lost the fray.
And now we start with now we start with the newest episode of some unlikely hero that we don't even know. And that was a skip stat. So now we had a new chapter where we play as some guy we don't even know. I don't even know him. I don't even watch Game of Thrones, to be honest. I don't even know about NCL is different. So pretty much we have to bend into some house. And knowing this, we have another chapter. So this is gonna be an interesting series. I don't know which one with it, but I'm going to assume that this is gonna be a difficult journey. I know this from my heart because between you and me and I've been into the YouTube community now playing Telltale games, and I can tell you that for any bad animation I have to bear witness, you will never be surprised. So we have Game of Thrones, a series that is overrated, but Iron from Ice. We go. Yep. Tat the ratings. Kudos to me to even win this abomination. This was made by Andrew Craig and Ryan. The king is dead, and we have a baddie pig. And now we have to go in the direction that we wanted to go, but with the king dead, we might as well. We can't contact the we can't contact anything else.
Lord.
Yeah, you think?
Fresh.
So it was the pig. Dead pig. I'm sure. Let's try to be realistic with. Yeah. So the best bet I have so far is that I'm not sure if it's really canon with the Game of Thrones universe, but it's kind of different. I'm not sure. I'm going to assume they haven't really focused on season 2, but I know they have tendencies to make second seasons of the games, even season 3. So I guess if you're a huge fan of the Telltale series, I wouldn't be surprised. But either way, I wouldn't know.
That's Father's car.
I let it go down. It's too hot.
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this.
Oh.
Coming, but at least still have his bacon.
So that's one of the members of So there's one of the horses and one of the enemies. So I'm assuming. But one thing I don't get about Telltale games is that they don't give you much of an option to bypass it. Which
Come
is
along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. Unless you want to get fed to the fucking pigs.
I'm going to kill you.
Is that so? You can try if you like, and then we'll feed you to the pigs.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy.
I already know.
Lord Bolton is the new warden of the North. I reckon he'd like a proper lordly sword like that.
I'll have that sword, boy. Fuck you.
If he was Scottish, I wouldn't be surprised.
Finish this fucking pig farmer.
Pathetic.
He can't even keep his own sword.
You really are a pig farmer, huh?
Yeah, it's not really like graphic. I mean, the engine for that is not really that much superior. It's those quick time events.
Mercy, please. I beg of you. I have a family. They'll never survive without me. I have no quarrel with you. Thank you. Lord Whitefield is hanged for this. That much I promise.
Okay, that was chapter 2. Okay. I mean, we may as well show Moshi because you might cover the eye.
Father?
Garrett, you survived. Your sister. Oh, she hid.
Well, I mean, I pretty much showed the Game Before series was.
I tried to stop them.
Yeah, that was supposed to be meaningful, but I think the dialogue was not that expertise.
I'll
But
kill the men who did this.
yeah, you think? Even I'm not even sure. I'm waiting for my food to get cold to get. Well, I'm starting to want to burn my mouth. Usually with Telltale games, they usually has about 6 chapters, and usually they get about anything else. He got stabbed, his father died, and his sister hid.
It's Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
I mean, they actually did away with the aesthetic if it was so dark.
Garrett!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the maester. Meet us in the Great Hall. Quickly.
I mean, he got killed for some reason. The king usually got killed early on.
And the Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, mister.
Hold on a sec. How do you gonna walk through to see which one is it? I mean, getting the best ending.
What's your taking you down? a manicure and pedicure? No. I do tips. Okay. Today was a billion times better. I opened up by myself. I started the methadone pumps. Tomorrow I'm opening again. And because I feel so good, I actually feel like I can focus on other stuff too. Tomorrow. What does that mean? Okay, how about you be more specific?
Flying out here tomorrow around 9 o'clock.
There's 2 9 o'clocks in 24 hours. Please be more
No,
specific.
9 in the morning.
Okay, so you're leaving tomorrow before 9 a.m.
No, around 9 a.m. My flight don't leave till 3 o'clock.
So why are you leaving at 9 a.m.?
Because I will do my hair, and then from there I go.
And the rent money?
Yeah, I know.
What does that mean? It gets me pissed off when you don't answer me. You play games with words. I hate it. You and Uncle Tommy both used to do that shit. I'm not panicking. I'm asking. I don't panic. I ask.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg.
Rest of 2018.
Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
It was justice. They got what they deserved.
They did indeed. We can't let the Whitehills just walk all over us. These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Oh.
These are dark days, I fear. To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
By the gods, let's hope you're right. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now. Very young, and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a bit. Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen. It's unfortunate the Citadel doesn't train maesters in the art of warcraft. I imagine I'd be pretty good with a sword. Sorry, sometimes my curiosity gets the better of me. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg. Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
So I look up guy on IGN, and there seems to be multiple endings you can find. Now usually I don't really expect reliability on IGN that much often, but the game is kind of simple. Even though it's kind of a niche culture, you usually will find it.
Mira. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home.
I'm telling you, got every nuclear cranny of it.
Lord Forrester. It was an honor to squire for him. Gregor the Good. Roderick. He was our best warrior by far. Ryan. Never easy being the fourth-born son. Lady Forrester. He's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now.
Yeah, so I never really watched the Game of Thrones series.
Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
Apparently, that I never really watched the Game of Thrones series before.
You seem to be favouring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maestro Tengrin. Look, I'll show you.
I mean, I never really watched the Game of Thrones series from before. I don't usually keep tabs on HBO because if I really want to know about the whole story, you check out the fan wiki or you got Wikipedia itself. Either way, it doesn't really matter to the point because it's really easy to progress on the Telltale series from before.
Rather cute little creatures, aren't they?
I guess.
And this was... I don't really know about it, but something about the Game of Thrones series seems to be mostly obscure to the point. I mean, granted, when it comes to anything else, you have to keep in mind that this is my first time playing the Game of Thrones series, and actually knowing about the actual backstory about it. Sure, it may not be canon to the original television series, but you have to pretty much have to keep in mind that...
I may be mistaken. You do seem able to put weight on it.
But 99% of the time, it's not as if I have a choice.
Diamond shield.
The strongest wood in the known world. The
I mean-
foresters owe their lives to this wood, and the weapons that come from it.
I had to assume that either this is not canon or it is canon. I don't know. I mean, I'm usually one of those medieval fantasy types that I usually enjoy it to the point. And it's one of those type of RPGs. I mean, technically, when I'm used to play Game of Thrones, I usually does know about it. Apparently, is a fortified story about and it usually works. And I'm not surprised about anything else. Now, since this is a Telltale game, I don't really expect a higher production value. I mean, keep in mind that this is on the PS4. You expect the editing to be much more superior to all the points. But I wouldn't be surprised if you say why. Either way,
It's a good thing you've done, bringing that back to House Forrester. By right, that belongs to Lord Ethan now. Even a sword as strong as this would barely make a dent in a shield like that. Keep moving. I need to see you walk.
I'm not sure where to begin, but
I'll admit, you do seem better than was to be expected.
I don't
believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
yeah,
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family...
yeah, we had to tell the truth.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, they try to make it melodramatic, but it's not really doing it in the effort.
Off to bed now. Hurry on.
I mean, the thing you have to keep in mind is that the story is well executed. It's just that the animation does make it worse. I would give it.
I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
He loved his family, my lady. He was very proud of Roderick.
Yet he was unable to save him.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion. But if you can remember anything, I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
He fought valiantly, my lady.
Of course he did. He was House Forrester's best.
I don't really know about the whole backstory about it, but I never really watched the first episode of season 1 of Game of Thrones, so.
The children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed?
He mentioned something about the North Grove.
The North Grove? What of it?
He said, the North Grove must never be lost.
The North Grove. Interesting.
I see. You have the Forrester's sword.
This belongs with Ethan now. He's the new lord of the house.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression. Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family.
I know.
I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the White Hills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend
What?
the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forrester land.
They killed my family.
And they'll pay for what they've done. That much, I promise. But now is not the time for vengeance.
If not now, when?
We have to be smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
My uncle's right. We need to be smart.
Smart. Eddard Stark was smart. And look where that got him. So, what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help.
It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I'd have done the same, as any man would.
It wasn't murder. It was justice.
Not in their eyes.
Oh.
It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay? Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
Let them come. I don't care.
They'd kill you and not think twice about it. It's not safe for you here, Garrett. There's only one place beyond the reach of the Boltons.
You're sending him to the wall. The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable.
I'll do what's best for the house.
What?
I'm not afraid.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
I mean, I don't know the backstory, so if you're a huge Game of Thrones fans that would usually stay true to the series, tell me what is the whole point of the wall. As I said, I'm not a huge Game of Thrones fans.
And I'll see you have plenty of food, but we haven't much time. The White Hills will come looking for you.
I'm kind of confused about the whole backstory about the Game of Thrones and the whole your. I mean, this is to be some actual maneuver, but keep in mind, I'm not a huge Game of Thrones fan. Be that as it may, I mean, I never really have time to watch or use HBO. I don't really use cable that much, so
God's willing someday.
most of the time I just use, Netflix or Hulu.
Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war.
You're the only family I have left.
In my heart, I know I'll see you again.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
What? What is it?
Lord Forrester's last words were, "The North Grove can never be lost."
Sorry, you caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word. You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garrett. I need to know the truth.
I told Lady Forrester, and Maester Ortengrin never heard.
I appreciate your honesty. But Lord Forrester's message was not meant for their ears. I'll speak with Lady Forrester, and I'll deal with the Maester. He's the last person I would trust with this information. Which is why, from this day forward, this must be our secret.
What's with the camera angles being offsetting?
But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
I mean, the thing about Telltale games is that they usually have a sense of confusion added to them. I guess that's usually part of the perks, but it seems that
Iron from ice.
if there was any consideration being put to it, I wouldn't be surprised.
You represent House Forrester. Your actions at the wall will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll serve with honor.
I know you will.
I mean, I would rather play Skyrim than usually play this, but I guess that this is the only game where you could get another easy achievement. It's kinda easy to get a platinum instead.
Garrett, wait!
I'm not sure why, but it was starting to become a huge drama. But the audio seems to be kind of cut off to some point. Don't know why, but I think it might be a technical issue. I'm not sure which is which anymore, but I don't know what to expect, but I mean, I'm assuming once I really finish this, I might as well. I understand the fact that I tried to create some new content for the channel, and I do just use it with the best I can. So we have Ethan Farnstow, was pretty much after his father was dead.
I couldn't find him. Could you?
I don't really understand, but he's the king.
He hides too well, and if he was smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game. Ryan, look who we've found.
Yeah, I didn't need to say anything, but wait.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
He looks too old to be a kid.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here.
Was this the same voice? Was this the same voice actor for Child and the Chocolate Factory? I'm kind of confused. I was the Team Carey version, but never the original.
Mira's in King's Landing, and
can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
The writing in this game seems to be mostly out of praise to some reason.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall.
How do you even know about it?
I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell
There's
me
also
what
a side
Garrett
story
did
of
that must have been
Pharaoh
serious.
Beatitude is.
I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
He doesn't know me, or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know, but I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword, like a man.
I mean, they seem to add more scenes that try to add more Pharaoh, but it's not really the case.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play
Was this really necessary? But I guess that, I mean, I'm assuming they didn't want to see Garrett while on a horse.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you.
I mean,
like you the way you are.
apparently in the medieval times they don't wear.
Our Lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I promise I won't change.
Good, because I'd rather have a brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
Pretty much, I mean, I guess.
You're the new lord. You can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
As many as you'd like, yes.
Really?
Of course. Why not?
I mean, I guess they didn't want to say you.
You're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
I mean, I guess it was planned to happen because they didn't want to see the other protagonists while on a horse going on travel to the North Grove.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
And now
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were Lord, I would command Ethan to stay, with his family. Lord Whitehill is a mean old man anyways. Someone should tell him to leave us alone.
I might remind you, Sir Royland, I'm the new Lord of House Forrester, not you.
Of course, my lord.
It's okay. You should go. It's what must be done.
Fine. Let's be done with it.
I mean, I guess they wanted to add that suspense and decision making in this scene, in this part, but I don't really see any point. I mean,
He showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you said you were the Lord. Now prove it.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
He's not using his throne, but alright. Where's the king? It's beyond me. I don't really see the king.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due. Aye. Hold your tongue, you coward.
I guess he was the king.
No bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt. It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Forresters have shit on us for
I mean, I mean, when you think about Oldham, you think about him having a beard, having an excess bag, not him becoming,
Bolton is the Warden of the North.
not having him in the being a pregnant pushing here.
You cunt.
Also, I really doubt this.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
I mean, I doubt.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
What?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
That's not how it happened.
And you admit it was your man who killed my men? And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
He was defending his family as any man would. But your men murdered them all.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my
I mean, I
men?
thought this actually takes place.
What have you done with him?
We haven't seen him. He was never here.
You little liar. I will find him. By the gods, you better hope I do, because if I don't, I'm holding you responsible.
I mean, I doubt this has anything to do with the medieval because I really doubt the medieval times.
Or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering you.
Well, that's a change of pace.
This is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own, that the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
There you're seeking.
We're in the right, Lord Whitehill. Remember that.
I don't want. You know, I always think about the Game of Thrones series for one reason, and I honestly doubt this has anything to do with the medieval times, because this break in profanity.
Your son did well, my lady. He kept his wits
in
while
the modern
Lord
era.
Whitehill lost his temper. A lesser man would have been rattled, but Ethan here held his ground.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
I mean, here's the thing. It's kind of weird that they use profanity in the medieval times. Well, I'm pretty sure profanity was never assisted till 1980s to the 1990s. Never in the, let's say, 10th century.
And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons.
Kind of weird, but I guess how they usually write is beyond me, because where I usually hear profanity, it was always in the 80s. But it's weird. The newer seasons of the Game of Thrones series has been kind of weird. They introduced a new antagonist, which is some ice giant, Mirancho, some ice demon. I don't really know. This seems like a weird maneuver with the whole direction. They have dragons coming out of nowhere, and you don't really have anything else. I mean, I guess that's the whole point about it, but
it was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me.
I want to say that
It belonged to Lady Elena.
I want to say that if the whole series did become popular, no, I'm not sure if they made a season 2, but
Ethan made this for me.
I'm not sure well, but the whole scene was pretty much out of the owner.
To remember him. Strange place, Essos.
I want to say I'm kind of with Trinus, but I don't really know. As weird as it is, but
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding.
I don't really know.
Quite popular throughout the city.
It's weird to me to see that, because I'm still questioning the profanity part, because usually profanity is assisted to the 1970s or the 1980s, or maybe the 90s. And probably in 2000, and where the times were so edgy, supposed to be darkened, but never in the 10th century, in the medieval times. I mean, the way they speak back then, and I know this because I used to take history class all the time, and I used to take global history and U.S. history way all the way back. Not even the prehistoric era where you hit profanity. Hear that? Not even the Qin dynasty in China.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider.
Kind of weird.
A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
I mean, I know about it, but 99% of the time, I wouldn't be surprised. You just saw that.
It troubles me to
Please.
even ask this of you, but you must appeal to
Decrease the speed of the settings and tell me you actually saw that.
Hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Please. Tell me you just saw that. I'm not even kidding. You just saw what happens. Also, the graphics seems to be decreasing down, but I guess that's pretty much the 40 edge of it, so I would not be surprised. It's kind of weird to say the least, but
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
what? Okay, so it's gonna take a long learning curve to this.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
I mean, they do speak in traditional medievals.
Work for Lady Marjorie?
Yeah. But
I may be wrong.
they use squire.
Seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about.
I mean, he seems to be an interesting
See and
character.
hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
I'm not sure about anything else. I mean, it's kind of weird, but they seem to take the whole. I don't know where.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
I don't really know what's wrong, but the whole character analysis be out of the ordinary. But I mean, that's what you get when you expect from Telltale games. They usually have some tendencies to make the character models weird.
I thought of you more as a friend than as
Don't know why, but
a dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my
I don't even know.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family.
Don't
I feel
even
your
know.
pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair.
Ooh.
We will get through this together.
Does anyone notice something different?
You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen.
Okay.
To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
They did. There's no actual.
Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
I guess that. I mean, they use. I guess the costumes are kind of similar to Star Wars.
Ready to receive us.
Is that Oblivion armor that they use?
You'll be fine. I know you will.
Is that the armor for Oblivion?
Thing, but you must say
Did they really use some of the assets from Oblivion to put it here? Did they use some of the models from Mass Effect? I mean, I'm mostly confused to this day. In this state, I don't really know which is which. They use the same armor from Oblivion as the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. weird as it is, but I don't really expect that to become a maneuver. You pray with your blood. That was the first line that I heard when playing Iberian. Then pray with your blood. So I still remember that line to this day, and they use the same armor.
Ah, Lady Marjorie, aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
That's...
Girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king. I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
I never knew I would see Tyrion.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which.
I mean, I expect Robes. I did expect him to actually.
I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would give her the chance to explain.
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. Is it any wonder you were so impertinent?
I mean, I should go get a good side because I actually want to make friends with the Drove. The short guy is so
willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end.
I don't know.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild.
I don't even know. The fact that they actually sinister is beyond me.
Built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
I mean,
it would be a shame to see
also they call it the Game of Thrones, but the throne is not made of stones. Kind of confusing, but
ask any Lannister, and they do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Yeah, we should just come to yes, man, everything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei?
I mean,
she fought beside the Stark, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
We have a guy who is so short.
Question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who
wait, what?
Side of the war?
You saw the text on the subtitles. You just saw that.
On the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of her own.
Kind of weird.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Kind of weird to the point, but
loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie.
Kind of weird.
One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond
kind of weird, but
and if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
would... Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace. I serve at her pleasure.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I don't even know what his own purpose is. He does speaks in. He does only speak in certain sentences, and then he does speak some dialogue. And he doesn't really do anything. He just gets drunk and sits around and drinking wine.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
That's the guy. Him does speak more Jocko. I mean, he's pretty much similar to Gordon.
I'll walk you out.
He's similar. Oh no.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once at the tourney at Lannisport.
What?
Even then, he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man.
Don't even know.
My condolences for his loss.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
You were brave to declare your loyalty.
He's short. He's 4.7.
She was pleased.
And I'm 6.8 compared to him.
Soon forget what you said.
How is it even the king is beyond me?
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
As you should. And of course she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences.
I don't even know where
to
begin.
Charades. I take mine in thwarting them.
What
we
is...
must find our amusements where
I don't even know. I mean, I never know about Tyrion. He just seems to be new to me. I don't even watch HBO rather than HBO boxing, but that was only one segment.
Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure Ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
In terms of brevity,
it's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North.
I mean,
King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
I don't really know about this guy from the beginning, and he showed, but he's similar to, I don't know, the actor that played Loki in the Saw movies. I don't even know if that was the same voice actor, but I hardly doubt it. I hardly doubt it.
Mira, I was worried.
There's a time in the place when I say I doubt it to the point.
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It went well.
Really?
I mean, the fact that there's a high-pitched voice for it is beyond me. Trust me.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
Kind of weird.
Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his. Sarah, what?
I guess they want to add some comedy into this, but it's beyond me.
Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And passionate.
For someone that's short, I'm going to be surprised.
Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
For comedy purposes.
He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd marry anyone if it helped.
I mean, for comedy purposes, I don't really care about the Game of Thrones choices so far. It does really want to. It does want to add suspense.
Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even.
It's very similar to the powers folklore. The King of the 7 Seas. Instead of 7 Seas, it says 7 Kingdoms.
What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Oh, what? She just teleported.
Well? Sarah?
It wasn't me, my lady.
Man, that's very high.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful.
Oh, they want to add it up. They want to add the whole women's power thing. It's Game of Thrones, so I guess it takes place in the meantime, time, so it does make sense. Betty, but a game is a game until you get the kudos for anything else. Kudos to me to even find this masterpiece of cutscenes. If this was made by Square Enix, they could get paid more to this. Trust me. If you guys Final Fantasy 15, we have Square Enix adaptation of a Game of Thrones.
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Kinda weird to have this.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Of course.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Hey. Well, we had it together, so we had to stay together before we get killed.
Go on. Ask.
I received a letter from my family.
I guess we need to be communicated before.
Ramsay is left to do as he likes. But if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
That is no small request, especially now.
I mean, we must.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks.
Kinda weird. Don't even know which one is it. But the way he closes that website greets Mr. RSD.
King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa. I will forever be in your debt. My family will forever be in your debt.
The jump cuts in this are kind of weird, but I guess when you deal with editing, it seems to be weird.
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
This all started because the main protagonist.
I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady.
This whole scene happens because the main protagonist was self-defending because some goons killed his father, and the sister, who was 8 months old, mind you, was hiding behind the trees in the forest. But I'm sure he got lost, while being eaten by bears. And then we haven't had to hear negotiations from the higher ups. And here's some troll, a little troll who is 5.4. It took those 3 scenes to get us back out. We lost our hearts because of it.
7 hells.
What does it even mean is beyond me, but...
Let's play a little game, shall we?
Who is he? It's beyond me.
Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice.
Okay, so we have to...
But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
I don't really...
Didn't know your father was the Warden of the North.
So when it goes red, we have to keep it secret.
How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh. Listen. There.
So...
I know I heard something.
we might as well stay still if that's the case.
Never mind.
Scar said...
We've wasted enough time already.
So he got Tosho for some reason. Don't even know which is which anymore. But with Telltale games, you could usually just finish it in a couple of seconds. And he's dead. It's kind of weird, but if this really... Oh, please. If there's something so badly graphic in... This is pretty much similar to The Walking Dead. I mean, seriously. I'm pretty sure that The Walking Dead has more graphics. And that was it. We cut to the scene when... Oh no. We see the guy gain skin and we just stand still. Was that scene really necessary?
Lord Ethan!
Don't know.
As I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership.
Did I get an achievement already?
Generations of Forester lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
I want to be like that. Like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours.
This is pretty much Wolf's game on high definition, and it's not enough that they actually did release a high definition version as a client.
The Lord Sentinel. Forester to...
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move.
Summon the Lord. We need his judgment.
I've done nothing wrong. I was only trying to survive.
Okay.
Lord Ethan. Maester.
You spoke of judgment, Sir Royland. What judgment is that?
This craven is a deserter and a thief. This house is doomed! We all fucking know it! Liar, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Why did you do it?
Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right. He speaks truth. I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone!
Go!
We might as well pay the pass
I
off.
know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter.
We are in this together.
You say that, but it won't be you who's starving come winter.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it
The men
is.
need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
You can send him to the wall.
Give us justice.
I will decide.
Send him to the wall.
Okay.
Fingers. A thief.
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord.
I mean, I'm pretty much the most smartest person.
My lord, my family depends on me.
Our house tends to its people. See, this man is paid and his family is fed.
Lord Ethan, you are truly a merciful and noble lord.
My lord, this man is a criminal. A brazen thief.
He still serves House Forrester and deserves our protection.
He's a rat in our grain stores.
I could tell who's gonna betray who.
We'll speak about our gold reserves soon.
My lord, I thank you for the mercy you've shown me. I will never forget my debt to you and to this house.
I guess we got an achievement already, but we haven't seen the credits. Yeah, there seems to be a delay where you get.
Certainly unpleasant, but a lord must meet our punishment when it's due. Not just yourself, of course.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
Was it an audio
You
fixture?
heard what the thief said.
I don't know.
I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom and experience.
And I'm sure you think you'd be the perfect choice.
Me? Oh, God. I can't. I am a maester. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve as such. There are 2 capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to
We
you.
might as well search him.
Here. The Bracer of the Sentinel. The Badge of Office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive.
I don't know, but the Sentinels, again, Game of Thrones is not my scene.
Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I understand. I'll do it now.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
So I guess we can advance as we talk with both of them. Poverty, I really don't know. But the game we usually play is usually weird. Is that a pig? I see dogs that have their interests upside down, and that was in, let's say, a drift. So I wouldn't know. The game is. I think that when Telltale games, you usually have to bear in mind that. Oh, I thought that was the title, an anime, but I saw one.
Duncan.
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
I don't know if it sounds
Perhaps I
monotone,
can
but
help. Your father often sought my counsel.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Would you want to be the sentinel?
More than you can imagine, my lord.
Mimi.
With all due respect for Sir Royland, there's no one better suited to the role than me.
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
I'm at your service, my lord.
That's it. We just pick him. He's wise, he's faithful, and he's usually logical. If we just pick him, he's gotta be, I don't know.
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Hello, Uncle Malcolm.
I saw what you did today. It's not an easy thing to do, showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt. But if you'll excuse me, my lord, I should finish packing before nightfall. I hope to be off tomorrow.
Uncle, why are you packing? You're not going somewhere, are you?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
She has asked me to return with him, to help the house.
She said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree. I told her my place is here, but I'll be of no help to you in Essos. She insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
I must be firm. I'm not a boy anymore, and there is too much at stake.
The Lord's word can harden a man. It's true.
But my mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well.
I mean, the fact that it's side Adi.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job. He'd be a fine choice.
I think you're wrong, Uncle.
You're young, and you still have much to learn. We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house. Duncan would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ethan, I need to talk to you.
Already? I don't know. It's kind of weird to me, but to me, this is one of those games where it's pretty much real.
Mira has asked for Lady Marjorie's help.
How does she know about it?
She always thinks of family above all else. Hopefully Lady Marjorie's influence will be enough.
How did you really know about Marjorie? I don't know. I doubt it's really the Raven because we really see the bird in live action.
I can't afford any more mistakes. Everyone knows what happened with Lord Whitehill. Garrett being sent to the wall without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What? Ethan, please.
I wish Father were here.
We all do, but Father's gone.
I don't even know what's really going on. Apparently we have this, I don't know. AC 18 is beyond me. I don't even know, but
I only wish you did too.
I don't know.
You've given me good advice. Thank you.
The game is not really that bad. Well, it's somewhat bad, but the story is pretty much phenomenal. They need to put some effort into the development. I would give it yourself.
Come on, you dogs. You'll not be fighting here forever.
We may as well give it the praise show instead. I would never trust him because his totalitarianism and tyranny would never make the kingdom right. And this also makes him more worse. So we might as well give it the praise show because honestly, it's better enough we use some strategy. We're here, we could use our army anyway.
Duncan, I've decided to name you as my sentinel. Congratulations.
Why, thank you, my lord. I'm honored. But are you sure?
Yes, of course. I'm convinced you're the man for the job.
Then I accept. But first, you must summon the small council, my lord, to make it official.
Right. I'll tell Maester Ortengrin to do it at once.
I wouldn't know anything about us. I think like in Game of Thrones, they usually have a livelihood to make it more interesting, but really...
Slash and parry. Slash and parry. Again.
I wouldn't say otherwise. I mean, keep in mind, they did put effort into aesthetics, but I wouldn't even say otherwise. The game is just, I don't know. I mean, it's not really important to create a first game when you don't have options to find some object to put it. There's no pauses. There's never any pauses in Telltale games. It's a simplified go to one objective, and that's that. And I would be glad if I play episode 2, and it will be more entertaining.
Like you mean it.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very well. I will convene the small council at once.
I mean, this was made by two people who wrote the story. So, but I guess that this has some really to the original Game of Thrones, but this is something of a spin-off with new twist. I'm assuming they actually take the original source material to the point. I don't really know, but the idea of it is so convincing. I'm aware that they tried to add suspense, but
You may sit.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Whomever's not chosen should feel no shame. Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
yeah, I know him. He's not really that much, but
Duncan Tuttle, you will be my...
I mean, we already did give it a name.
I will not disappoint you, my lord.
Now, Sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
Our scout says only a day's ride from here. We've no time to waste.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
There's no need to panic. We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls. Ignore Sir Royland. You named me Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the bloody small council.
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
I wouldn't say that otherwise, but hey, either way, kind of confusing.
Sir Royland is clearly
If this was made by DreamWorks, I wouldn't be surprised.
We need to take a cunning approach. Diplomacy can be a sharper instrument than a sword.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand.
Gentlemen, please.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that high table.
Mira has asked Lady Marjorie for her help. It's not too late for the Crown to intervene on our behalf, but we must have a plan if Mira's efforts are not successful. I trust Mira's judgment.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it. It's too dangerous to do otherwise.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough! My new sentinel favors a certain approach, and I agree. I shall use diplomacy with Lord Snow. It would be foolish to pick a fight without negotiating first. I'll offer our allegiance, and try to reach a reasonable agreement.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Ethan has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve.
Kind of weird, but they tried their best to actually make it more interesting.
Well then,
Not all brave them.
Let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival. Invite him into this hall and meet him face to face, lord to lord.
I don't really know.
Snow is no lord. That's absurd. You meet him at the gate with as much force as we can muster. Make him wait. Let him gaze upon Ironrath. And when he enters, he'll know it's only because you allowed it.
Lord Ethan?
I will meet him in the Great Hall.
A wise move, my lord.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
That's enough, Royland. Lord Ethan has given his command.
How many years have I served this house? I cannot listen to that bloody idiot anymore.
I mean, I'm assuming this is in the UK, where at times where you see fantasy, they use bloody.
To get us all killed.
Sit down at once.
Apologies, my son. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great Hall, and we will not offer our ironwood.
And don't worry, Lord Ethan. I will stand beside you, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house.
My lord, I have fought for this family for many years.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
There will always be those who question your leadership, which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family.
Okay,
Mira has done everything she can.
we never see the other things. We never see other characters' perspective. Our story goes on.
Malcolm told me. You want to bring him back?
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister. And we need all the help we can get.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
This is kind of... I don't even know what to start with this.
Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities, but...
I'm not like that, but I don't need to be, do I?
No, but you need someone who is standing beside you.
Kind of weird, but... Again, I could usually don't blame Telltale to actually make a better adaptation.
I'm trying to do what's best for this family. What this family
if I had to guess, so far they try to add the better intervene to it.
Malcolm to Essos.
It might be dead just without the danger, but we
Sorry, Mother, but I can't have Malcolm bring Asher back. He will not go to Essos. That is the final word. Do you hear me?
I mean, if you think about it,
I hear you.
Well, he might be.
This is a mistake.
He might be reckless.
I wish you trusted me with this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a
I mean, it might be a mistake because he might act reckless and might start a fight. Then he would cause anything, and that would peace agreement. Knowing him, he might cause anarchy. It's better to make the wise choice because knowing him, he might cause some damage. Speaking of which, I don't know how to find mid. I don't know. The thing you have to keep in mind is that I never knew about HBO. The funny part about it is that I never really watched HBO at my time. I don't usually watch cable as often as I should. I usually just use Hulu and Netflix as my source for binge watching. And nevertheless, if I really want to watch some shows from time to time, I just binge watch from one of my screen.
Oh. Lady Marjorie is still with the king. I thought you'd want to know. Thank you. Mira, look. The other day when you asked Lady Marjorie for help, I only spoke out of fear for her. I want to help you if there's anything I can do. Your poor family. I can't imagine how you must feel.
Nothing to offer, Sarah. Thank you.
Lady Marjorie
yeah,
is always saying
it's gotta be a yarn episode to finish.
Just know,
Telltale games have tendencies to become over yarn from the point, and I'll usually blame them, but this is an REFO. But I want to say otherwise. Nope.
My lady, I'll leave you to talk.
It's kind of funny because when you think about it, and what's the spec?
How is King Joffrey, my lady?
The king was not inclined to offer help for your family. I'll need this mended.
Gods.
He said I was too easily swayed. And he reminded me that I am not yet his wife. I allayed his fear. For now. But it will be a long time before I can ask him for anything again. Nothing I said could cheer him. He wouldn't even speak to me when I left him.
What can I do to make this better, my lady?
There's nothing you can do, Mira.
Please don't hold it against me.
I don't even know which is which.
Ramsay Snow is on his way to Ironrath.
What? Can't really tell what's one with the audio cue.
This is simply not how things are done, Mira. Not in King's Landing.
I'm sorry, my lady.
If I had to assume that the quick time events are gonna be out of control,
soon I will be
expect me to chuckle because
in a better position to help
trust me.
But for now,
I know how to work so far.
Be cautious.
I must send a raven. I have to warn my family. If you'll excuse me, my lady.
She just stares back at us with just a black expression. Oh boy.
Milady. Begging your pardon, milady. I hope I didn't frighten you.
I'm glad to see you.
Thank you, milady. I hope you saw. I was right before. About Lady Marjorie and Queen Cersei.
I can't even commentate on this. It's really difficult to
I can help
maneuver.
you if you'd like. And your family, if you're willing to trust me. I hear all sorts of things. Things that could be useful for you. Which is why you must trust me, milady. You need allies.
We matched, right?
Hopefully I've proven I could be useful to you.
I'm sorry. I really...
Please don't despair. I know people who'd be willing to help you.
I mean, I'm kind of sure that he used Oblivion. It's kind of similar to Oblivion when it comes to character models. I don't really know. The whole scene seems to be weird, and I keep saying that word most often, but if you never play a Telltale game, you could tell it's it could be more awkward.
The man values pride more than honor. We'll do without him. And without King's Landing. I know you'd hoped Mira could help us, but I'm confident we've enough strength of our own. Your men stand ready to act if needed.
Our plan is a good one. It will work so long as everyone does their parts.
Patriarchy at its finest. And now we got the penguin, but in I think 1337.
Not the place I'd want to be if there was a fire.
Ironwood is near impervious to flame, my lord.
Is it?
Who's the king?
May I introduce Lord Ramsay of House Bolton, son of Roose Bolton. Although a bastard, Lord Ramsay has the full authority of the Warden of the...
That's enough.
Might as well be nice to him. The mine is more powerful than you think.
Who is this little boy? Is he lost?
Lord Ramsay, welcome to Ironrath.
Aren't you the little lord? Lord Whitehall told me you were young, but this... Look at you.
A token for the new Warden of the North.
Let me guess. Forrester Iron.
Carved by our most skilled craftsmen.
Ironwood. Doesn't look like much.
Your father will appreciate it, I hope. Our ironwood is highly sought after.
My father is not so easily impressed. Not bad. Lord Whitehill, can your lot do this?
Given enough time, we could learn.
Given enough time, you could do a great many things.
Don't even. I noticed that his eyes are kind of enlarged to a point. Don't even.
Look at that. More Forrester.
I mean,
Lord Ramsay.
I guess that
Come out
when I play. I guess when I play Batman, the Telltale series.
Really must focus on the business at hand.
Leave them be, Lord Ramsay.
Ah, worried about your family.
Because I think Ramsay is kind of similar to the Penguin in the Telltale series of Batman.
First, let's see you bend the knee to my father, Lord Bolt, Warden of the North. Words are wind. Anyone can say they're loyal.
Well, we have some plans.
My lord.
Ha! That wasn't so hard now, was it?
Well, we have a family next to us who may also make the wise decision.
I don't care about your loyalty.
It's kind of similar to the Penguin. I think it's similar to Tyrion, but only grown at 7.7.
Chamber pots. I expect you'll do the same for us. My father has promised as much to the king. You wouldn't want to make him a liar, would you? That wouldn't reflect well on me.
You needn't worry. Your father will have what he needs.
That's a good little lord.
You can't trust her, Forrester. They murdered our men.
It was a Forrester squire who did it. One Whitehill soldier dead. One Bolt. Yet your man lived.
No, you're mistaken. That's not how it happened.
Our men are dead. How it happened is irrelevant.
Okay.
Then you welcomed me into your hall like a proper lord, hoping I wouldn't linger outside long enough to notice your pathetic little army. That sort of insolence from one of our loyal families.
I don't really know what's going on to this point.
So I've come up with a solution that will benefit everyone.
Even the High Kingdoms and the Seven Seas.
The Whitehills will be taking control of your Ironwood from this day forward.
What?
What? The Ironwood? But...
That is our livelihood.
Then you'd better well find another fucking job.
You can't do that.
Why not? You know something the Whitehills don't? We are talking about trees. You grow them, you cut them down.
The Foresters have been tending Ironwood for thousands of years. The Whitehills had Ironwood, once, but now those hills are bare. Do you want Ironwood for the next 5 years, or the next 50 generations?
Matchups.
We'll try this. Lord Whitehill will take half of your Ironwood, and we'll see who fares better.
But my lord...
Half of something is better than the nothing you had before. To ensure there's no trouble, Lord Whitehill will install a garrison of 20 men within your walls.
At Ironrath? That we cannot abide. Ethan.
They'll help maintain the king's peace. And make sure there's no more trouble.
This will cause more trouble, not less.
Not for me.
Whoever made this is beyond me, but... As him as... I guess...
Have a man you trust?
My son, Griff.
Griff will lead the garrison.
You have no right. Whitehills have no place here.
Lads, do make this visit.
Please, Duncan, don't.
Look at this, little Forrester. You're not frightened, are you?
Lord Ramsay, please.
And you? Are you Lord Ethan's older sister?
I'm his twin, my lord.
Oh, twin. Well, like the Queen and her brother. Well, hopefully not just like the Queen and her brother. I never had a sister. Always wanted one.
We have more to discuss, Lord Snow.
I have an You'll come with me. You can be my highborn ward.
Lord Ramsay, that's enough.
Do you like hunting?
Let her go.
She's quite pretty, your sister. We'd get along well.
I don't even know what's the whole point. I mean, keep in mind that...
Aren't you the bold lord?
I mean, this thing is...
Ethan! No! What have you done? No!
But I don't want a bold lord.
Far too much trouble.
Ethan! Ethan!
What's it?
No!
Even though you did bend the knee. I think we've come to an understanding.
Lord Ethan!
I certainly feel better about all this.
What have you done?
I mean...
However, the Forresters need to keep their end of the bargain. Take the boy as your ward.
No!
Kill him. If they give you any trouble. Lovely meeting all of you.
I don't even know what's the whole point.
Somebody help him! Fetch the mason quickly!
You brought this on yourself.
Mama!
Stop!
Don't let
Let it go!
Stop that! Ryan,
Stop it!
Remember Ryan! Do something!
My son. I'm sorry, but... I didn't expect that, but either way, I'm pretty sure that even though I don't really watch Game of Thrones, I'm pretty sure that in the Game of Thrones, there was some tendencies that characters would die. And this was really based on a book, mind you, so a lot of characters have died in the Game of Thrones series.
Ethan sacrificed himself for us all. He saved Talia's life. He'll be remembered as Ethan the Brave.
This house needs a leader.
Lord Ethan named me Sentinel. I will lead.
I wouldn't be surprised.
My sister asked you to swear loyalty to her son, and you flat out refused.
We can't let them hurt Ryan too. We have to stop them.
We do not.
I mean, keep in mind that when you read the book of the original name,
those who hold House Forrester above all other loyalties.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you read the book and watched the show, a lot of characters have died.
Until Ryan is home again, our house will not fall.
I mean, keep in mind, though. I mean,
comes without a cost, my lady.
People, I mean, a lot of characters have died in the book and the show too. So, I wouldn't be surprised. And keep in mind that this is not the unexpected. And we could have met him by the gate, but and then we might have reinforcements into this. Oh, that's pretty much it. As weird as it is, other characters usually would die, but then again, the book of the same name we usually have more deaths count. You need a bookmark and some highlighters to count how many deaths we usually have. And trust me. But you think that was the end? No. I got the season pass for free. That's the courtesy as a Princess and Plus member. And we have more to come, so don't be surprised. This isn't the end. No, it's not. This isn't the end. We have more to come, and we have more than 4 more episodes to go. I think we have, let's see, 6 episodes, so we finished episode 1, and we have 5 more episodes to go. So, nevertheless, I will say that there's more to come. So, you might as well stay tuned for episode 2. As I said, when I used to play Telltale games, they usually are more affable than I imagine. The story is good, but the execution of the animation is not the same. Then we also have this main trademark character that talks to dragons, and I wouldn't be surprised. So, that's about it. A lot of characters will usually die, so don't expect anyone to relive Happy Ever After. Some characters will live, some characters will die. I don't usually want to get the true ending because Telltale games don't really matter that much. But if it really matters, we have a lot. So we have the Road to Platinum, which is started episode 6, which is kind of weird because we are used to play Telltale games. They usually have 5 episodes on, so Yeah, so we have 6 episodes. Until then, thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna dive the rest of the episodes, then possibly tomorrow I'll make episodes 2 of The Lost Girls, then so on. So, thanks for actually watching. I hope I get the Premier Trophy. Rat-a-tat-tat. Peace out, and sign out with a great holiday. Thanks for watching.